Okay, so picture a celebration so vibrant, so massive, it feels like history itself has come alive and is literally dancing in the streets. That's Timket. We're about to dive into one of the most incredible religious festivals on the planet and really break down what makes this ancient tradition just so powerful.
Right, we're dropping you straight into Gondar, Ethiopia, and what you're seeing here is just a kaleidoscope of faith in motion. You've got this sea of brilliant white robes, the shimmer of these incredibly ornate umbrellas. The air itself is just thick with chanting and incense. So what is actually going on here?
Well, this is Timket, and at the very heart of this spectacular display is the commemoration of one of Christianity's most pivotal moments, the baptism of Jesus in the Jordan River. The name itself, which comes from the ancient Gaze language, gives us the first big clue. Timket literally means immersion in water. And even though it's all about remembering a single sacred event, it has grown into this massive celebration that unites millions of people all across Ethiopia.
You know, this is so much more than a parade. It's a deeply symbolic journey. At its core are the tablets. These are replicas of the Ark of the Covenant, and they're so sacred they have to be shielded by those magnificent umbrellas. Then you have thousands of the faithful, all dressed in white to symbolize purity, escorting them in what looks like a moving river. All of it set to the rhythm of drums and this unique spiritual dance called shipsho.
But to really truly understand the spectacle, we need to go a little deeper, into the theology behind it all. This is where the street rituals connect to the very soul of the celebration.
You see, in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo tradition, baptism isn't just a ceremony. It's considered the gate, the absolute point of entry into the faith. It's the first and most essential sacrament, and without it, none of the others can even happen. And this verse, right here from the Gospel of John, is the key. It's the theological foundation for why being born of water and the Spirit is considered totally indispensable for salvation. This is what makes its commemoration at Timket so incredibly profound.
And this is where a really crucial distinction is made. The Church separates the kind of baptism John the Baptist offered, which was all about repenting for past sins, from the one established by Jesus. The baptism that Timket celebrates is about something else entirely, a total spiritual rebirth.
So, according to church teachings, Jesus set up this sacrament in three really powerful ways. First, he led by example, getting baptized himself. Then, he preached about why it was necessary for salvation. And finally, he commissioned his followers to go out and baptize all nations, making it an absolute cornerstone of the faith.
All right, let's zoom out for a second, because Timket doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It's the living, breathing expression of a Christian heritage in Ethiopia that stretches back nearly 2,000 years.
You can actually see how the festival we know today didn't just appear overnight. It evolved over centuries, shaped by emperors and saints. It was made a national holiday way back in the 6th century. Then, St. Lalibela brought the churches together for one central celebration. And later on, the tradition of the tablets staying overnight by the water was added. Each era left its own unique mark.
I mean, this heritage is literally carved into the landscape. You have these ancient monasteries like Debre Damo, but also the world-famous rock-hewn churches of Lalibela. We're talking entire cathedrals sculpted from a single piece of stone. These are architectural wonders you just won't find anywhere else on Earth.
And the art is just as unique. We're talking priceless illuminated manuscripts, incredibly intricate holy crosses, and these vibrant murals that basically turn the church walls themselves into giant storybooks of the faith. It's stunning.
So, okay, it's an ancient festival. It's beautiful. But why does it still matter so much in the 21st century? Let's bring it all back to today and take a look at Timket's lasting legacy.
Well, its importance isn't just local. In 2019, the entire world took notice when UNESCO officially recognized Timket as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. That means it's considered a true treasure of our shared global heritage. Now look at this number, 50 to 60%. What could that possibly represent? In the context of a single church, what does this number even mean?
Get this. That number is the share of Ethiopia's man-made tourist attractions that belong to the church. Just think about that for a second. Over half of the nation's entire historical portfolio. This makes its heritage absolutely vital, not just for cultural identity, but for the national economy too. And you can feel this importance woven right into the social fabric of the country. There's a popular saying that translates to something like, "A dress not used for Timket deserves to be torn to tatters." It perfectly captures this idea that Timket is a time for everyone to show their absolute best. It's a moment of collective pride and renewal.
Ultimately, the question you see here is really answered by the festival itself. Timket is this powerful living reminder that for millions of people, history isn't just something you read about in a textbook, it is a living, breathing part of who you are today, connecting the past, the present, and the future in one incredible, vibrant celebration.